Morning, my roomies. It's Jason and Johnny with JJHOS of Sports coming at you with episode 3 of the season 2 podcast here, where we're pretty much shooting the shit, playing some games, talking sports. Johnny, how you been, man?
I've been okay. I've been okay.
That's good. That's good. Keeping it Gucci, I hope. We had a great wildcard weekend. Looking forward to the divisional rounds.
Yeah, I am.
What game are you, if you had to rank your games 1 through 4, what's the top to watch and what's the snooze fest?
The top to watch is definitely Bills KC, right? I don't think that's
Well,
I think that's
they made
an
it to
easy
Sunday,
one.
right?
They made it to
Yeah.
Sunday. I think the worst game of the weekend is going to be the Lions and the Bucks.
A worst game, the Lions and the Bucks. Oh, I need to hear why. Tell me,
Well,
enlighten me.
you look at the other games and they all have something more exciting.
More exciting. Oh, it's just because you think the Bucks are gonna get slapped.
No, it's not just that. Houston's
No,
got
it's
CJ
not just
Stroud.
that. So there's more than just the slapping.
And, the Bucks. Yeah.
The Bucks, what?
They faced the
Tell me.
Eagles, and the Eagles
Oh,
were
so
very
the
good.
Eagles, nothing. Okay. Oh, okay. They just happen to have the best center of all time. MVP caliber season from a QB for the longest time. Nope. The Bucks. The Bucks just got lucky. They faced the Eagles at an
I just
opportune
think
time.
if you look at
is
the
what
other
you're saying.
games, the 49ers.
I think the
and
Ravens
Packers-
Texans is gonna be boring, man.
No, I think
The Ravens
CJ
are gonna
Stroud is
slap the
fun.
Texans.
CJ Stroud is more fun than anyone on Tampa Bay.
Oh yeah, better than Baker? Come on,
100% better than Baker.
Baker can bake, bro. Until he, bakes a dud. Oh man, just got rocked. No, I think I don't know. I go my least entertaining. I think it's gonna be the Ravens versus the Texans. I think the Ravens blow out this Texan team. The Cinderella has done. Great first season from CJ Stroud. Not gonna take that away from him. I think him losing to the Ravens here is totally fine too. I don't even think the Texan fans would be upset with a loss here. They didn't even expect to be here, right? Already ahead of schedule on that rebuild, which is looking great. Who knows? Maybe even enough to convince some guys to stick around on that team. But I do think that's the blowout. I'm gonna say the next blowout is probably gonna be San Fran, Green Bay. But I think it'll be an exciting blowout. And here's the kicker.
I think the Bucks might lose by 20.
I don't know. Yeah, I know you think that. My kicker with the San Fran Green Bay game being a blowout, I didn't tell you who would win. I just think it's going to be a blowout.
No,
it's either going
both
to
teams will
be
get
an
their
epic.
points.
I think it's going to be an epic destruction of the 49ers, just ultimately, destroying Green Bay, and not letting them do whatever they want to do, not playing that game. Or I think Green Bay just frustrates them the same way they frustrated the Cowboys. And just do all the little things and just execute on them correctly. And by doing so, they ended up, winning the game. And surprisingly efficient. I don't think the Niners would play well being down by a lot.
No, they won't.
And that's where I think the blowout happens.
I think Love is more confident than Purdy.
Yeah, which is kind of weird, right? But if I'm looking at that game, listen. First and foremost, I don't know who wins it. I do think the edge is obviously the Niners. I'm not going to discount everything they've done. I don't know who wins it. If I'm a betting guy, I'm not even betting any of the props. Any of the over-unders. I'm just betting straight up CMC TD and Jones TD, and I might parlay those two and just drop a lot of cash on that. That I feel like is, if anything is guaranteed in that game, it's those two outcomes. And
I don't hate the Packers plus the points.
Yeah, I mean that the value's there for sure.
It's a lot of points.
It's quite a bit.
I think it's at 9.5 right now.
Yeah, it's a playoff game too, and you're right. They're coming off pretty hungry here. Oh, come on, we needed that. Lions Bucks. I'll tell you why I think the Bucks win. Okay, not only because they're my team. The Bucks are gonna win because they have the best defense in the playoffs. Okay, everyone was trying to discredit and take away that defensive performance against the Eagles. The Eagles, yes, were inconsistent. Yes, the Eagles were kind of playing a little bad. But it's not purely on the Eagles. They were making bad decisions and were making bad passes because they were forced into those routes. They were forced into doing those decisions. And that's what the Bucks do. And the Bucks play ugly football. I'll give you that. They'll play ugly football. And yes, they're probably not going to be the team that can score every fucking play where they're 10 yards out from the goal line. But they will grind wins, and they'll grind them, and they're okay grinding them, and they are okay being happy with a win that's 9-6, or they're happy winning a game that's a 3-point differential. And I think for the Lions win this game if they just keep scoring, and the Bucks can't stop their offense. The Lions are just gonna. That's their win condition. They have to just every time they have a chance to execute, they execute and they convert. Because if they don't, I think the Bucks will just slowly creep in, and then you're at the end of the game, and it's like a one-play game, and the Bucks just time manage and win it in that kind of fashion sense. I don't think they get blown out. The only way they get blown out is if literally Detroit gets first ball and just goes ham. First play, fucking Gibbs runs it 70 yards or something. Which could
I don't think the Bucks have the best defense in the playoffs.
Yeah, they do. They have the best run defense.
Ravens, 49ers are better. I'd even say KC is better.
No. Nah. You didn't watch enough Bucks football. They immobilized offenses, man. But it wasn't every time. The only reason they were losing is because Baker or Mayfield could be top 5 QB, but also bottom 5 QB. It's all been based on how he plays and how he feels.
Not feeling it. I think you
I
might
mean,
be a
obviously
sad man.
the momentum is with the Lions. I'm not gonna be sad because, again, similar to the Texans, no one actually thought the Bucks would be this far in the playoffs. No one even thought the Bucks would be in the playoffs. Everyone was counting on the Falcons or the Saints to take that position. The Bucks finished dead last. Sure enough, that's not what happened. I capitalized on a lot of that, but and then game of the year. Game of the playoffs so far, I think, coming up Sunday night. I agree with your Buffalo KC kind of being the game. I think everyone does. Obviously, it's a little bit of a revenge game for Tony and Mahomes. But I also think this is kind of where where KC is finally facing some true playoff adversity in the last 4 years. I mean, I know the Bengals beat them that one time and they went all the way to the bowl, but I think what was it? It was an overtime win, right, or something like that.
I think so.
Yeah, it was like last second kind of thing. It was just Burrow. Burrow just happens to be that kind of QB, who can clutch out.
They won't
the same way Mahomes can. Yeah. But I mean, Burrow got them back into it, is what I'm saying. And it's kind of like their Achilles. Like, I think the Bengals are probably the team that plays KC the best out of every team. But, you know, Buffalo's hot. Buffalo should win the Super Bowl, is what I'm saying. I think they ride the whole wave. We'll see how the weather plans out, and, you know, another fucking snowstorm is already happening. How much snow is on the ground again? Really need a dome in that place. Oh, come on, you're getting slapped. But where do you think that game? Where did you think that game goes? Who do you think wins it, and how do you think they win it?
KC wins. Allen chokes again.
You think Allen chokes? You think that's the reason they win? Is just Allen just doesn't perform?
I think he performs. I think he throws a timely pick. I think KC's still very good. And that's it. I think the KC Chiefs will win by 2 points.
Just by 3, hey? So you think it's just one play he misses and that's it? And if he,
I think
that's
it's
how.
a close game.
So it's not him choking. It's just he doesn't get the perfect execution that he should.
Oh, I don't think he has a good game.
So then why would you think they would be within 3?
I don't think KC's offense is what it should be.
So you think Mahomes is just going to do enough to win the game?
Yeah,
Just enough.
Mahomes is
he'll make,
the better.
He'll make less mistakes.
He's the better quarterback.
I'm not debating that, but there you go. That's one. But I don't know. I like to think momentum and camaraderie is coming through with Buffalo. You know what I think of Buffalo? I actually think I'm gonna compare it to big time football here in Canada. The Alouettes did something similar that the Bills did, where, you know, they came in, they had a rough start to the season. They were only beating certain teams, not beating like the good teams. And then they decided, fuck it, we're just gonna start winning. And Buffalo beat KC that one game. I know it was like an offside, and, you know, if Tony knew how to fucking play football, it would have been a different result. But Buffalo won that game, and they haven't looked back. They haven't looked back. What happened then? They ended up winning the division. They got paired up with the Yinzers, forced the Dolphins to go to KC. Now they get to bring KC to their home in the playoffs, which they've never been able to do. This is the first time KC's coming home to them. All right? Now they got them home. All the momentum's working towards them. They're going to do this. It's the same path as the Alouettes. They're going to beat KC at home. Same way the Alouettes beat Hamilton at home. Then they're going to go to Baltimore. And they're going to beat Baltimore at home. The same way Al's bet Toronto at home. When Toronto had no reason to lose it, Baltimore is just going to choke. Buffalo takes it. Then they're going to go to the finals. And they're going to face a team, maybe the Niners. Let's say the Niners, right? For argument's sake. And they're going to win it on the last possession of a play. And the city of Buffalo is going to finally win a bowl. And they're going to finally have money to put in a bowl. Put in a dome.
I don't see it. I think the opposite.
You think you just think it's Ravens 49ers? That's it?
I think KC's always live. You have Mahomes.
I know you have Mahomes, but I don't think he's got the weapons to help him this year.
I don't think he needs the weapons.
Listen, I'll tell you why. I'm gonna if I say it, we're gonna get flamed, but it's okay. Kelsey can't catch because his hands be touching a small booty now.
Kelsey's fine.
No, man. Did you not watch the game? Did you not see how many drop passes he had against the
He had a few drop passes, but you know, it was also minus 30. The big time players will come out to play. All the pressure is on 30. Buffalo.
And what do you think it is in Buffalo?
It's not minus 30. It's snow.
It's just as cold. It's just as cold.
It's not just as cold.
Just as cold.
The pressure is on Buffalo.
There's more wind chill in Buffalo than there is in KC. Okay, my friend?
Not this week. Listen, all the pressure is on Buffalo. Haven't been Mahomes in the playoffs. Pressure.
What are you talking
Home.
about? All the pressure
They
on
have.
Buffalo.
There's all the pressure on Buffalo
How's there not pressure on the defending champs?
because they've been there before. They've won the big games. They've seized the
So what?
moment.
There's no pressure. They just like, yeah, whatever. We know what to do.
There's
When it comes to
pressure
this
for
place.
sure, but Mahomes can handle the pressure more than Allen can. And when the game's on the line, I want Mahomes to have the ball and not Allen.
Oh, I guess if you have the choice of options, but I think there's better routes and better players, support players on Buffalo than there are in KC right now.
We'll see. Let's make
And
a
I
friendly
think
bet. Let's make a friendly bet on the game then.
All right,
All right.
whatever
Let's
you
go.
want, man. Name it.
Let's go. 1 pound of wings.
1 pound of wings. You know it. Favorite joint?
Favorite joint. Yep.
All right. We don't need to tell people where that is, do we?
That's our spot. They don't need to know where we hang out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Best
You
wings
know
in the
it.
city.
Best. All right, man. It's a bet. You know. I think for sure. We got a doozy of a game. You gonna stay up for it? I mean, you know you got work in the morning.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I'll stay up for that game. I stayed up for the Lions game last week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you're kind of like a pseudo Lions fan because through your family, but
I'm some relatives that close, but
Yeah.
you know, I don't mind the Ninos. I really started to like the 49ers over the past few years, and I kind of became a Packers fan this year. They kind of run me over, so that game
They
has
run you
my
over.
interest. They won me over. That game
You're
has
a
a lot of
cheesehead?
interest for me. I'll
JD3's a
watch the
cheesehead.
cheesehead. I think it'd be a fun game. I think Love is very good. You know, obviously 49ers got weapons coming
Something
out of the
about
yin
that.
yang.
Yeah, something about that organization that
Love
just
is
has.
not afraid to throw the ball, which I like.
Man, I don't know if it is what it is, but that organization just knows how to make Hall of Fame QBs.
Or
Or
they
like
do.
at least QBs that
They
are
pump 'em
going to
out.
be Hall of Famers. It's like, and they look about it. The last probably our whole life, we've known 3 QBs on the Packers our whole life,
Yeah, could say that.
right? Can you name another? I mean, I'm sure. Well, obviously, from when we started watching, it's not like I would know anyone born in it. I'm pretty sure Favre wasn't their QB and when when I was born, but yeah, you got that whole kind of era of organization that's just, for the last 20 years, just been 3 QBs, and I don't see it changing anytime soon.
Oh no, Love was gonna be. He's the long-term answer.
Yeah, well, at least for now.
He also owns the Bears now too. I just passed him
He
the deed.
does. Yeah, it's like that's probably game. Oh, that's definitely game. 2 minutes to it. Well, rough outing. This is not the kind of game I was hoping to jump into. But we aren't home, and usually we play a bit better when we're home. It's all good. We got a couple of cool things coming up next week. Royal Rumble. Oh, UFC in Toronto.
Oh yeah, just
This
shout out to
Saturday.
UFC just quickly. UFC, let me end it here. UFC Toronto this weekend. It's gonna be a fun card, some fun fights. I think Sean Strickland loses to the. I can't pronounce his name. I'm sorry about that, but I
South
think
African. Yeah,
the South African. I think
Darius.
Dupuis. I think he knocks Strickland out in 2 rounds.
2. Oof. These guys are giving you extra airtime here. 2 rounds. Yeah, I mean,
2
Strickland's
rounds.
been a little bit of a dick, eh?
Not just that. I think
I don't know if I like him as a champion, to be honest.
this guy has.
He's a little cocky little bitch.
I just think he's a
I
psychopath.
called him out, eh? I'm
But
done.
I think Dupuis is the real deal. And other fights on the card, there's a ton of good fights on the card. A lot of Canadians on the card actually. So shout out to that. UC
Yeah.
usually brings the
I like
hometown
that
crowd.
stuff. I like that stuff. I like
And
give opportunities to locals here, who work their ass off just as much as Americans do.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm
What's
not
the
going.
co-main? The co-main's
The
the
co-main
women's, right?
is Pennington. Who is it? It's a women's title fight. It's Bruno
Yeah.
Silva versus. Let me just quickly bring it up here. Yeah, Bruno Silva versus Pennington. Yeah, I was right. Bruno Silva is gonna win.
Yeah.
Probably by finish too.
Yeah. By finish as well.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Oh, good. Oh, they got the nice Sully. I'll give this team. They're pretty good. Nice state. I don't know if we played some people from Minnesota. If people don't know this game, if you face players from Quebec, uh, Minnesota, and if you play some guys out from like Newfoundland or Nova Scotia, they tend to kick shit out of anybody who plays. They're just so so good and so committed to this game. Anyways, that's episode 3 of season 2. We got 2 more episodes before we take a quick mini break where we kind of just play a little bit of a playoff kind of podcast here, and then we'll start the second half of the season, which will take us right into sort of the start of the baseball season, WrestleMania, NHL playoffs, and then boom, 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 content. Please continue to tune in to our Instagram. We're continuing our series where we grade every single team in Canada and American Major League sports, all the way from rugby and lacrosse up to women's basketball to the NBA, etc., etc. Love to get controversial there. Just get your opinions on it, and we look forward to continuing to upload content, sharing our profile, and sharing some stories as we go into the rest of 2024. Any last words here, Johnny?
Nope. Just enjoy the weekend.
All right, you heard him. Enjoy the weekend. Pro tip: if you mix chocolate milk and Henny, apparently it tastes like a Hershey bar. That's my last wise words for you guys, Remis. Till then, peace.